Oftentimes, we think of learning centers as a strategy that we would use for younger students. But kindergarten, first, or second grade classrooms aren't the only place learning centers can be used to build literacy skills and content knowledge. In fact, learning and literacy centers are the intersection between developing literacy skills and content knowledge through middle school, high school, and even beyond.
Hi, I'm Katie McKnight, and I've used literacy and learning centers all over the United States in public, parochial, and private schools with students with special needs, general education students, gifted students, and also English language learners. I've yet to find a context in which literacy and learning centers are not extraordinarily effective in meeting the needs of all of our students while we develop literacy skills and content knowledge.
Experience has shown that students actually tend to be more engaged when they work in centers. The combination of self-directed activity and short, specific tasks lends itself to the natural strengths of the developing adolescent.
I was excited about it initially, but I thought as well that my students weren't mature enough to handle it because it's a system in which I'm backing off as the teacher and they're more accountable for what they're doing.
Teachers find that learning centers enable them to cover more content and skill development in the same amount of class time. Plus, it's easy to give individual attention and personalized instruction to students who need it.
In more practical terms, literacy and learning centers are an opportunity for students to practice their skills and also develop greater content knowledge. They take place after the teacher has demonstrated a skill or modeled a skill in a mini lesson. Students then work in centers to practice and hone their literacy skills and content knowledge. They're not just for an English language arts class, they work in any single subject area: physical education, social studies, mathematics, and science class. Just remember, it's an opportunity for kids to continue to practice their skills while developing their content knowledge in very specific, targeted centers.
You know, the first time I introduced centers was actually during an observation. And I thought, oh my gosh, this went terrible. And then when I sat down and I had my post-observation, I realized that it was actually successful because it was a flipped classroom setting and I was taking the pressure off of myself and actually alleviating it and letting my kids take charge. And I found that it was very successful and that the kids remember what they do in centers longer than what they do, me lecturing to them every day.
When literacy strategies are specifically taught alongside content, students are able to apply those literacy skills in a wide variety of contexts. When we give kids that ample practice time, they begin to foster that independence and they're better able to transfer all of those literacy skills into a wide variety of contexts. And this is what really leads kids to being college and career ready. And because all students, especially our older students between grades 4 through 12, they always ask the question, so what? Why do I have to know algebra? Why do I have to know about this war? Why do I have to read this particular author? And all of that, those are very fair questions. Teenagers, especially in the 21st century, need to understand how this content relates to them in the real world. And when we have things like literacy and learning centers, where kids are able to practice their literacy skills alongside the content knowledge, that's really an opportunity for kids to connect. And it's really critical for us too, as teachers, to make sure that our lessons are engaging and interesting and motivating for students. And this is really what leads kids to have that empowerment to develop those literacy skills and content knowledge. And I see this happen all over the country in the many different contexts that I've been able to work in different schools.